What's going on, guys? I'm going to ramble about some bullshit today so everyone can leave me alone and say that I did it and then just reference whatever the fuck I said while I do something else. Fuck, it's too hot. Didn't even get a sip. Damn it. Third time's a charm. Ow, it's hot. Still too vanilla-y. There's a new coffee nymph. There's a new coffee nymph. Some other bitch who doesn't speak English, thank God, so I don't know what the fuck she's saying. She's just brand new at making coffee, so she made it too vanilla-y, but I didn't say anything because they were busy. But anyways, so I saw the picture because like I'm done with that bitch, but like I still notice shit because I don't know, whatever. So I saw that picture of her at Taeyon's concert in like the mini skirt showing her like I didn't. She probably was like forced to do that now because I posted those pictures that I took down and everyone probably like downloaded those. I don't give a shit though. Should have thought about that before you're whoring around LA and Korea doing those shitty douchey fucking photo shoots with those douchey fucking losers. P.S. People think that these are for punching. Not at all the case. This is actually because I just got out of the gym and because my finger was almost cut off there. You can kind of see it. That's like a 12-year-old injury at this point in time. 14, 13, whatever. It's that 13-year-old injury right now, right? That one right there. See that? Curves around right there. I almost had my finger cut off. And then I got those puncture wounds and handbrakes there and the other cut there. So this actually like helps brace my grip. And since I was just doing dumbbells and shit like that, it's a little sore. Anyways, not to like go into it all and all that bullshit. The thing I was saying, just to, like a little icing on the cake for the shit I was saying yesterday about drug war and all that bullshit. Think about this. My life would be entirely well if I didn't have douchey older oldest brother who is still not like basically happy birthday, all that bullshit. My mom called me like the other day and was like, "It's your brother's birthday." I was like, "Yeah, no, tell him I said happy birthday. I just still don't want to be around him because he's just gonna bother me some more online because that's all he ever does is talk shit about me to everyone because he's a narcissist and he has to treat like I'm basically the family scapegoat is what it is." My mom was like basically like trying to gaslight me into like letting my brother talk shit on me so he can get famous. Stupid bullshit. I also want to point out that I've lost five or so, probably more, channels for election fraud bullshit that YouTube is now saying they're not going to ban people for. 2020 election was stolen. 2020 election was stolen. 2020 election was stolen. What the fuck do you want me to say? I've been getting channels banned since 2018 for saying shit like that, right? Think I give a fuck? Also, other accounts, like they're running out of cyberpunk fixers on Twitter. They really are, because I took them all, and they keep banning me for it and all that bullshit. But anyways, so because I have almost nobody refollows me on my new accounts with few exceptions. What's up, Theta Investor and all those guys? I just don't want to do Theta shit right now. I don't want to like I only got involved in the Theta social media aspect because I was trying to show everyone how to invest in crypto, and everyone started being like, "Well, join the Pineapple Society, and join the this society, and join and buy this NFT, and buy that NFT." And I was like, I should just be buying. If the whole point is to support the artist, I don't need to support the artist who doesn't want to get a job and wants to just mint fucking frogs all day long even though they have a marketable, and I'm not picking on anyone, even though they have a marketable skill, but they don't want to do that. They want to fucking twiddle their thumbs all day long and mint shit. Or the person in Argentina who's actually going through a family crisis and actually needs the support, which is why I was buying the Crenegelos and the Alien Cetos and all and the Furias and all that bullshit. Once I figured out what was going on, it was just a fucking cash grab with NFTs. So I don't really give a shit about that bullshit right now. Anyways, too vanilla. But I do need to get my hair cut at some point. I might just rip off some more sleeves on my t-shirts and use them as hats instead, but whatever. But yeah, no. Um, if there would not have been a drug war going on in America, which still is, and if they hadn't been for the Democrats who were calling for, harsher penalties and super predators and all that bullshit, and now they're letting those same people out on the street to commit more crime because now they want it. But see, before it was to keep everyone like me. They were hoping I would be a victim of the system. They would try to break me my entire life. They wanted me to be dumb, stupid, in the system, and dependent on them. Instead, I broke my chains, and I am who I am. And that's why everyone can't control me, and everyone's like, dude, Tiffany fucking Wang gets moist in the thighs and stalks me and all that bullshit. And all I am is a normal person 20 years ago. That's how much they've changed it. I don't do anything other than what was normal. Like, I haven't changed. You all and the system has changed in 20, 30 years. Okay? Anyways, um, but if and then like I got hurt my back lifting weights because we had shitty trainers in high school, and kids were well. I was too young and I had skipped grades, so I was extra young. But anyways, uh, so that's when I started smoking in the first place because they put me on like these fucking pills that didn't work and made me loopy as fuck. All right. So I got in trouble for, oh, then like that led to other things, but basically the whole started it off was smoking. All right. Now that same thing that I haven't changed. That thing is legal now. So if it hadn't been for a fake drug war and them trying to create super predators so that way they could have free labor in prisons, slave labor, prison labor is slave labor. I would just be some dork playing the saxophone and probably still, I probably would have played Final Fantasy X too. I would have never gotten out of my Squaresoft phase. Because like I probably looking back at it, I probably was a giant, massive, douchey, nerdy JRPG nerd. And then I got arrested for some bullshit. They tried to charge me as an adult because they thought I was older than I was. And luckily my PO just like set me boxing or whatever the fuck. And somehow I ended up here. But no, like, and all the shit that I did to start that off is now legal. Why do they do it? Because they could. They needed money. Because this is a slave farm that we live on. But that's not what I want to talk about. I just wanted to like re-emphasize that Antarctica and all that bullshit. So yeah, like, look, the reason why I don't give a fuck, like, oh yeah, so I've lost all these accounts and I've lost all these channels. Remember the time I might even start uploading Outlaw Star again. Remember the time I had like a million views on YouTube from uploading Outlaw Star? And then that channel got banned too for saying that the election was stolen, right? So if I have unique followers every single time and I keep losing accounts, if you measure all of my accounts together, I would be bigger than all these other douchey losers out there. Do you want to know why I'm not? A, I'm an adult, so I can wipe my own ass, so I don't beg for money. B, every time I'll lose an account, they would get excited and happy because now their social media managers would then just have their fucking lackeys copy me. And then they would be like, well, his shit got banned, so there's no proof of that. I literally got Culture, the magazine. I think they got it banned, but they had to like pay a shit ton of money on that because I just didn't like them. They were trying to get me involved in Culture. I was like, oh, Will Chamberlain, fuck you guys. I'm gonna get that shit banned. I mean, you paid for it in court, so okay, I don't give a shit, right? And that was back in 2018, 2019, whatever. Now that I know that Tiffany is Stephanie, the fact that she's been douching around with all these fucking losers all this time is just so annoying. Stupid fucking whore. Look, I'm just not playing this fucking game. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I'm gonna get like I'm just because I'm not out now doing crazy shit is just mainly because she stole my money. All right, I'm getting that shit back. On top of that, while I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm still hustling and all that bullshit. And one of these days, there's gonna be a super hot. Look, that's what it was. Shit. Do you want to know what my test is to see if you can stick around? I will give you a shirt. It will be a size small or something like that, right? I'll give it to you to put on. If you can stand on it, the neck, and pull that shirt up to your shoulders through your hips, you can stay. Actually, I think it's an extra small. Extra small. Because that was the smallest one I had. But if you can put shirts on like a skirt, I'll keep you around. Okay? That's how I test it out. So I don't give a shit about all this dancy prancy fancy bullshit. I don't. I really don't. It's annoying. It's insulting. I see why everyone's so unhappy in Korea. Don't worry, Priscilla Kwan, I'll make you happy. The only thing I can think of, dude, I finally got around to looking at Spotify, and I don't want to say why, but I've gotten some ideas how to really shit on people's fucking breakfast cereal just by looking at it. Apparently, Spotify is like Twitter, only for music, and you've got like, ouch, and you've got like all these like douchey losers with their songs and their collaborations and all that bullshit. So, look, the reason why Tower Records going down in the late 90s, early 2000s was such a big deal was because everyone knew that the only way you could get big back then in music was to sell out. Was to sell out. The 80s were over, okay? And even kind of then you still had to sell out. But like albums like Rust in Peace and whatnot, you don't make that shit anymore. You don't have people who are like, I mixed this shit myself. I made this myself. No, they collaborate with douches and losers. And even them, they're not doing it. I guarantee you they're outsourcing that shit to someone in like Malaysia. I guarantee that shit. It's all just for show. It's all just posers. It's all just marketing bullshit. Marketing is bullshit. There used to be a saying, and I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it's along the lines of good shit doesn't need marketing. It sells itself, right? Bullshit needs marketing because no one wants it. Anyways, so um, remember back when I was like pretending to like write songs and all that bullshit and all that shit? I was joking. I'm never going to make a Spotify. I'm not going to release songs. If I do, it will be as a joke. I won't charge any money for it. I'll just give it away because I'm not a douchey loser and I don't need you to pay my bills. I can wipe my own ass. I'm an adult. Thank you very fucking much. Okay? So if your dumbass management team thought it would be a good idea to try to get me involved with some douchey ass Spotify douches, they're retarded and you are retarded. At some point in time, this whore is going to do something that's going to piss me off again. I'm just trying to create as much distance from it before it happens that I don't react to it. Okay? She's retarded. I don't care about posting your hoary in the bathtub pics. I've got more. I've got other ones. I've got a couple of boob ones. I'm not posting them. I'm not playing your game anymore. You want me to do that. I'm not playing your game. I want to get my money correct, get my niece paid back. I, I'm in limbo. Like it is what it is. My pay what is it? I hate when I have to do my own paperwork. My shit's turned in. I'm waiting for it to hit the bank. But man, before the pan, all this bullshit happened in the pan. That's what it was. Talked to my mom yesterday for a little bit. I don't want to get into it. But like this is the thing. So ironically, if Tiffany hadn't stolen my money, my parents probably would have sold the house for a lot less than what it's worth. Right now, the house got reevaluated for just under $700,000, something like just under that much. All right, they were trying to sell it for like significantly less than that. Whoever was doing it was going to rip them off. All right. Now, Tiffany had nothing to do with this because I was going to do this anyways, just with my own money. Okay. And that stupid hag decided to fucking, and again, it's not a crime unless you play along, but if it would have worked out the way if she had not lied to me, what would have happened was I would have been able to pay off my parents' house thingy and had the Theta and T Fuel that I had originally. Okay. She's just stupid. I don't want to get into that. But anyways, but because I told my parents to stop the sale of the house as I was coming up with the money, I ended up not selling it. And they were going to sell it again. And I like bitched about a lot of things. And then they got it reappraised. And now if they sell it for like $700,000, I don't give a shit because that will pay off all of their debt, pay off all the medical bills for my dad having a stroke, pay for 2 or 3 of the stem cell therapies in like the closest one that we can get him to, and still have a little bit, a few, maybe like 20, 30,000 left over for my parents to have for themselves. My dad will be fully healed, and they would still have his pensions. And knowing my dad, he would still want to get some job somewhere because he like will just find a job in like a boiler room and like sit there and like watch videos and shit and take readings. It's pretty cool. It's pretty chill. That's what I wanted to do. And I got pulled into all this cyber bullshit because you all are busy trying to create content and be douchey losers and no one wants to get a real job. So I have to take care of everything for everyone all over again. And I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this shit. Like everyone else is always like watching TV and I'm always working jobs. It's so retarded. But like I'm used to it now, and now I'm just stacking crypto and silver because when the bow breaks, the cradle will fall, and I ain't falling for you assholes. I'll tell you that much right now. Anyways, I'm just not dealing with this bullshit. I don't want to keep on going into it. It's like, why the fuck would you meet me a bunch of times as Stephanie? Say nothing. Let me talk about like Tiffany Wang and all that bullshit. And and then like the Forever One thing, kind of cute. Okay, looking back at it now, I kind of because she wouldn't tell me. I asked her point blank. I was like, "Did I meet you before?" And she just got mad at me. Because I meet people sometimes and forget about it. But right? But like no, you're claiming to write songs about me. You're claiming that you have a thing for me. You send me all these pictures. I'm not talking about anything else. I don't want to get you in trouble. Uh, I didn't realize how much trouble they can get into in Korea for some stupid bull. Korea doesn't. I mean, it seems like it looks nice on paper, and I'll just end it at that. But and then you go hang out with a bunch of dudes. Do you not understand how that's indiscriminate? Like, I don't know any, like, that's not a Korean thing. That's not a Chinese thing. Sure as fuck ain't an American thing. It might be a woke, douchey loser California thing. No, it's not a cyberpunk thing. Your ass is toast. All right? I don't see how you can't come back from this. What you can do is go make some more douchey auto-tune music with a bunch of fucking losers because that's what you chose and that's what your life is going to be. I want you to be the 45-year-old diva star Madonna, whatever the fuck, because that's what you want. Go collaborate with more douchey losers. All right? Because I do not see how you are capable of doing any of the shit you said. This bitch was talking about marriage, families, and soulmate bullshit. I do not think she's capable of any of that bullshit. Okay, she's capable of stealing a little bit of money because she's retarded, spending it all on shoes, and then being in debt for the rest of her life and collaborating with losers because she wants to pretend to be Madonna because she has childhood trauma and isn't an adult enough to heal it on her own. I can help you deal with it, but I can't heal it for you. You always have to do that for yourself. What else I can do? I can tell you you're an indiscriminate whore, get the feds involved, so that way they deal with all your bullshit, not me, and go about my life. There's a glorious song out there for everyone. Just remember that. All right, peace out.